Hi, my name is Alyssa and I'm Bradley's low waste lifestyle expert. If you're into sustainability, subscribe down below, become a change maker. But other than that, let's get started. So today we are talking about how to pack in a more eco-friendly, low waste way. I know it's summertime, more people are getting vaccinated, which is awesome, and people are wanting to get out and travel a little bit. So if that is you and you are going to be traveling this summer or in the next few years, this is going to be a video for you to learn how to pack better, more efficiently, and more eco-friendly. So I'm gonna break everything down, and while I'm talking about some sustainability tips, I'm gonna also throw in a few just normal packing tips. So first off, picking out luggage. I wanna say that there is a lot of secondhand luggage out there. So it's actually a trend to buy like different luggage all the time. There's so many colors and prints and people get bored of them and want to change them out. It's crazy how much luggage is actually out there. So I definitely recommend going to your local Buy Nothing group and asking if anybody has luggage they no longer use that you could borrow if you don't already have any, or Facebook Marketplace itself. I have seen tons in my area, so it's possible you might see it in yours. But for me, I have one solid suitcase that I know is the size of a carry-on, and then I usually bring a tote bag for my personal item. And I will tell you why I bring a tote bag instead of like a backpack or a purse. So the way I like to start packing and thinking about my packing is, one, for sure, always have a packing list. So kind of rough draft how many outfits you need, everything you need to bring, things like your cell phone charger, things you might forget. Definitely write that down on that list and make it to where you can actually check it off once it's in your bag, because I know some things you use the morning of before you go. And so whether you're going in a car or a plane, it doesn't matter. Once you're gone, you are gone. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have everything on your list and that you can check it off as you go. But back to the tote bag, the reason why I use a tote bag is because there's no clasp. It's very easy to just open. You know, it's on my shoulder and I can just open it and take things out. So why I like to have that is I pack everything standard, things like clothes, shoes, etc. in my bag. And then if I'm going through the airport or if I'm going in a car ride, anything I'm gonna need to take out. So in the airport, any electronic larger than a cell phone, all of my liquids in their little quart-sized baggie, all of that I'm going to throw just that into my tote bag so that when I get to TSA, I can just dump that tote bag and I am good to go. And I don't have to worry about separating things or picking some things out and leaving some things in, or digging through my bag and opening it. I know everything's in my bag that needs to be in my bag. Everything that needs to go through TSA and those separate little bins, I know is in my tote bag that I can just dump out when I get there. And if I'm going in a car, things like my portable charger, things like snacks, etc., those are gonna go in the tote bag so I can always easily grab them and access them the entire trip. But also then once you get to your destination, you have your tote bag, so you can still shove everything back into your bag for the time being while you're there and unpacked. And you can use your tote bag if you decide to go shopping, or you can use it as a purse. I typically like to have at least, I always recommend having one very cute tote bag. So I like to have 1 to 2 cute tote bags at a time so that I can actually just kind of use them as purses. It's less to bring, it's easy to carry, and they're nice and big to fit whatever I need. Next is folding style. So I love to fold my things like this so that they face upward and they just sit upward in my bag, so that even if I take things out, they're still nice and put together. But the reason why I really like doing this, I do this at home too, but I love doing this on trips especially because I don't have to unpack my entire bag to grab an outfit. So whenever you do this, or you could just do a simple roll, you don't have to fold it specifically like this. So if you do this or you roll your clothes, you can see everything right when you open your bag. You don't have to dig through things and mess up your bag, and it's really easy to unpack and repack as you go rather than doing it all at once. And when it comes to packing your clothes, this is when you get to practice your capsule wardrobe skills. So the idea of a capsule wardrobe basically encompasses the idea of having a few items of clothing that you can make multiple outfits out of. So if you're gonna bring jeans, bring one pair of jeans. If you're gonna bring a jacket, bring one jacket. If you're gonna bring a skirt, bring one skirt. And then bring a top per se that matches all of those things. And I definitely recommend trying bringing one pair of shoes. So see if you can get away with only doing 1 to 2 pair of shoes, because you might need a more casual, or if you're going on a hike or something like that, you might need a different shoe. But try to get away with bringing only 1 to 2 pair of shoes that match all of your outfits. Shoes are definitely a big space sucker in your bag. Also, I know sometimes you are in an airport where the weather is different. So I'm in the Midwest, so whenever I go to a coastal city, I'm usually entering hotter weather than I am here. Even when that happens, if I need to wear a coat to one of the airports, I am wearing that coat into the airport rather than having it in my bag. And I do that because no matter what, if you're inside the airport, obviously the temperature is a little bit more stable in an indoor area, especially a public area. And once I go through TSA, I didn't have to have that big coat in my bag. So I wear my heaviest items through the airport. And going back to that tote bag. So that tote bag, I always carry in there a stasher bag or some kind of reusable silicone baggie, and this is why. So whether I'm in a car or an airport, I still do this. So in an airport, I do it because I kind of have to. So I have a clear silicone baggie that I put all of my travel size liquids in so that they can see it all, they can touch it all whenever it goes through TSA. It's easy to just grab it out and it's already separated. But in a car, also kind of in the airport, the reason why I do this is because those snap seals, especially on stasher bags, I like to use stasher bags, they're super secure. So I say they're even more secure than a plastic baggie, plus they're reusable and you can use them for so many different things. They just prevent anything that might spill, because these are your liquids, all of your liquid products, from leaking all over the place. Also, let's talk about what's in those baggies. Travel size products, right? But travel size products are probably not the most eco-friendly option. Unless your item just happens to be travel size as the full size, that's great. But things like shampoo and conditioner, a lot of times are not. So how do you get those broken down into travel sizes without going out and buying a whole new item just because it's smaller? Well, one thing, note, going out and buying that travel size item is usually not a great deal anyways. So this is how I like to break down my own products. And that's by keeping around containers of other products in a bin in my home, in my bathroom, that are already travel size. So it's already the size that it needs to be to go through the airport, or it's just a smaller size in general if I'm going in a car that I know that I won't need my whole entire shampoo bottle for a weekend. And I'll take those empty containers and I'll refill them with my full size product. So I love to do this with my shampoo and conditioner. Sometimes I even just put it in regular little mini jars and I just dip my fingers in and lather up my hair. But that is a great tip. It saves you money, it's more eco-friendly, and you're getting so much more use out of those containers that would otherwise just be recycled. And then a few things to do once you get there. So if you have any plastic bags at home that you keep around because you want to reuse them in some way, so there's two great things to do with them whenever you're on vacation or on a trip. One is to keep using it as your dirty clothes bag. So I do this all the time. I just kind of shove it in my suitcase or my bag, and then as I wear my clothes, I stuff them into those bags so that I know what was worn and what wasn't, because I don't always wear all of my clothes whenever I go on a trip. But another great way to use them, and one way I definitely love, is to pick up trash in the place that you are visiting. Litter is not exclusive to any one place. It is all over the place. It is all over the world. So especially if you plan on going on a hike, I recommend just stuffing one in your bag or in your hiking pack, and it being like a little trash bag. Obviously wear some gloves too if you can. Sometimes if I don't have gloves, I just stick my hand through the bag, grab it with that side, and then like reclose it. But I think that's a great way to get some second use out of those baggies. And also my last and final tip is to shop local. Especially if they have a locals farmers market during the summer. That is one of my favorite things to do, is to go to other cities' farmers markets, because you're meeting new local makers, local craftspeople, and you can find some really neat stuff. So shop local as much as you can, no matter where you go. But that is all I have for this video. I hope you got some great tips out of it, or you learned something new. If you like it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.